So again, if you are considering starting a car YouTube channel, I have found, here's why I think that you should start a YouTube channel, and possibly even in the car niche. I started my first YouTube channel, which was Med School Insiders, October of 2016, and back then everyone was saying it's too saturated, don't try. But there were only a few YouTubers in the medical education space. We focused on creating very high quality, high density, truly effective advice with our content, and we grew extremely rapidly. I think 16,000 subs by the end of the year, by December 31st, 100,000 subs by month 5, 200,000 subs by month 11. It was atypical, but we were growing very, very rapidly, especially for the education space. That, of course, opened up opportunities where I could then leave plastic surgery and start the rest of the business of Med School Insiders, which went live in 2018. We started offering our own services and courses, and that you can find all on medschoolinsiders.com. I started my personal channel when I was in plastic surgery residency in September of 2017, and that channel has always had somewhat of an identity crisis, where I want it to be fun, and sometimes I'm indulging whatever fun may mean that is not really related to other content. Anyways, it's very much an experimental channel, but it's allowed me to build a personal brand that has provided additional opportunities for me, both in the car space, which we're going to get to, and elsewhere. I'm an advisor and an investor in some companies that are either health adjacent or medical education related, and that's because of what I'm doing on YouTube between those two channels. And I'm working on building that personal brand at kevinjubalmd.com, where you can learn about all my projects, more details about me, see my blog, subscribe to my weekly newsletter, and so on. Because there's so much benefit to having a personal brand. Now, the third and channel that you are watching right now is Jabal and Cars. And Jabal and Cars is the one that is a pure passion project. I find so much joy from making these videos, and sometimes I have to pinch myself because I think I'm dreaming. I'm driving incredible cars thanks to you, my viewers. I'm making amazing friends in the journey, and I'm having a blast driving roads like these. And the thing that surprised me the most was that this would have only been possible in the way that it has become through my other channels. I was able to reach out to many other content creators, some of whom have become great friends, including, of course, Fenton's son from Zygreen, Chris Amos from The Topher, and a few others. And I was able to reach out to these people who, by the way, have other car enthusiasts slipping into those DMs on the daily, right? But I was able to make a connection and be taken seriously. And I've talked to these guys, right? It's because I had Med School Insiders and my personal channel. I think Med School Insiders was around maybe 1.3 mil at the time that I reached out, something like that, maybe 1.5. And the personal channel was something around 200K. And because they are YouTubers in the car space, they can see me as someone who is similar in a way. I'm also a fellow YouTuber, and I've demonstrated that I'm not completely incompetent to grow these channels to what they are. And so it was easier to open that door, build those relationships, get tips, get access to press cars very early on. Big shout out to Mazda for being my first manufacturer to partner with. That was back in February of 2023, I believe. But out of the dozen or 2 dozen car creators that I've met at various events and such, out of those who are full-time, a significant portion are burned out. And that is one thing that I never want to happen, because, like many of you guys, cars are my biggest passion in life. Absolutely love cars. Ever since I was 3 years old, some of my earliest memories are around my love of cars. And those who are part-time, like Zypoppy and me, we don't really get burnt out. And I think I want to keep it that way. Even if this channel was 10 million subs and I was making great money from it, I wouldn't want to go full-time. Not unless I was retired. And we talk more about finances and net worth and financial independence, retirement early, the FIRE movement, all those things in other videos. But the reason I wouldn't want to go full-time before getting to that point of financial independence is that I would lose the passion, I would grow jaded, and I'd grow cynical. And I've seen it happen in many, many other YouTubers. Again, from these various events that I've attended and people that I've met. When your livelihood is based on your channel, on you producing content, you will make decisions that are very different from if you were only doing the channel for your own passion and interests and intrigue and enjoyment. You will put more time into it, you'll have more pressure, you'll start reviewing cars that you may not even care about, but hey, it might get a lot of views, it might help with channel growth or with the bottom line of the business. And to those who are full-time YouTubers, I mean, kudos to them. I think what they're doing is admirable because they're taking a risk on themselves. But it's just not a risk that I would take for myself because I would lose that passion for cars. And if you're considering starting a YouTube channel, I implore you, do it. It is one of the best things I've ever done. Back in 2016, I took that leap of faith. It was definitely far less accepted than it is today. In 2024, 8 years later, this is so normalized. Back then, there were no doctors doing this. I was in my last year of med school, I was applying to plastic surgery residency and I had to keep it secret. That's why on that Med School Insider channel, I went by Jay. I didn't even say Kevin or Jamal. I just went by Jay because I knew that if these plastic surgery residency programs saw I was on YouTube, they would think I wasn't serious about plastic surgery. And there's some irony there because I did ultimately leave plastic surgery, but I didn't leave because of YouTube. I left because I had these other businesses that were taking a lot of my time. One was Med School Insiders, one was Blue Link, and then the third one is what became MEM, our MCAT study tool. So back then, the only other two YouTubers I saw, I guess three, was Doc Osere, The Strive to Fit, and Jane and JD. Those are the only other people that they were all med students actually, not even residents. So I took that risk. Back then, it was definitely not nearly as established, not nearly as, I guess, accepted. But seeing what I wanted in life and seeing the possible upsides, I said, yeah, let's do it. And I'm so glad I did, because now the way that I get to enjoy cars all these years later is a fucking dream. Do I lose money with every video? Yes, for now. I pay my team about $2,500 per month, and we make less than that from YouTube AdSense. But as the channel grows, I think that we'll hit break even next year. We actually had a fantastic month recently because of the Ferrari 458 versus Chevy Z06 video, plus a few others that did really well. We made a little bit over $2,000, almost break even, but now it's gonna, of course, dip in the following month, which is fine. We're gonna slowly grow that momentum and hit break even, and then be profitable. Oh my God, what a great car. But the amazing thing is that I get to meet a lot of you, my viewers. Many of you guys have become friends because I review your car, it's an awesome experience, we vibe, we hang out, we do some sim racing or whatever it is. And that is just so underappreciated. I mean, even if I was Mr. Moneybags, even the wealthiest people, they may have these large car collections and such, but they don't get to try as many cars on a regular basis. Some stock, some modified, meeting the owners. It almost feels too good to be true what I'm doing. I drive cars on track, we do track reviews of owner vehicles, We do Canyon reviews. Of course, I take this seriously, so I have the business insurance to... Nothing has happened, but knock on wood, if anything were, then everyone's fine. And the way it's changed my relationship to cars is one of increased appreciation, because only by driving many different cars have I learned what I like and don't like. And even those cars that I don't like, or the things, I should say, the types of vehicles that aren't my first pick, I still can now appreciate them more because I understand what they are good for, what they do excel at, and who would want to buy one. Oh my God. So again, if you are considering starting a car YouTube channel, I have found it to be tremendously rewarding, but I think I only find it that's rewarding because I'm not doing it full time. I'm not relying on this for income. I can focus on enthusiast vehicles and not do the NPC mobiles that a lot of us simply don't enjoy and have the passion for. With a lot of these types of decisions, you have to think of the possible downside and possible upside. For those who are busy with other things, yeah, the downside is it takes time. The upside is not just growing to enjoy your passion and deepening that passion further, which is the obvious thing, but the second order effects too. Becoming a better communicator, making connections and friends, building a skill set, building a brand, opening up other opportunities for you in the future, learning to appreciate cars more than you did previously. These are all valid upsides and advantages that we don't consider enough. So my friends, let me know what you think. Are you going to be starting your own car YouTube channel in the future? Let me know with a comment down below. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in the next one.